Thank you, Dr. Woolley and InnovatorMD team, all the judges. Good to be back. I've been a supporter of InnovatorMD since we started 4 years ago. Coligo in Latin is unification. I am the founder and CEO. So we are a AI-first care continuum platform. So my background is that I am a technologist by training, spent 10 years at IBM and another big company in Florida. Last 25 years, came to Bay Area to start a Uber-like platform. And this is my third startup. A previous startup, we exited with over 300 million. And I am being surrounded by one of my specialization is interoperability, at OS level, retail, supply chain, and have several patents in supply chain interoperability. And Coligo was started based on my prior experience addressing the fragmentation issues in the previous companies, and I'm being surrounded by talented my technical team of engineering team that followed me into this, who worked for me for last 20 plus years. And here I have my two co-founders, Sri Vidya, who is head of product, and another co-founder who is a cardiologist, works for Baylor Scott. He's our chief medical officer. On top of that, we are being surrounded by 40 plus physicians with every specialization as investors and advisors. Majority of the product development is being led by them in each vertical. And we are also, in addition to the physicians, we are also being surrounded by health tech executives who spend their life advising us. And the platform is HIPAA and SOC 2 compliant in multiple years in a row. And we have a global team of over 50 people. Go to the next slide, Sri. So I will define the problem and hand it out to our head of product to walk through the thing. In US alone, there are over 170 million patients with one or more conditions. And if you have a chronic condition, so the way our system is designed, you are going to have a lack of integrated care. And the second is, it's a well-published, the wasteful spending, right? It's out of over $4 trillion, $196 billion or so is on the care delivery or, repeated tasks, low quality delivery issues. On top of that, CMS been at value-based care for last 10 years. And their goal is to that once the whole system moves, they can save over $1 billion. So these are the problems. And what are the challenges preventing this, right? So if you look at it, the fragmentation at multiple levels, right? No one in the healthcare system in the US looks person as a whole. We may be going to primary care in one setting, specialists in different settings. Once you hospitalize it, you may go into the ER settings or hospitalization in one hospital. If you change the insurance companies, that changes all the layers. And if you change the place, it again, one place to the other, it changes, right? On top of that, people start using various fitness devices to monitor their fitness activity or monitoring various vitals at home. None of this goes to any of the healthcare on a real time or a proactive basis. On top of that, food plays a major role. And that, again, not many people monitor, which has a direct impact on the health. And then if you are a mental, with the COVID and also the mental health issues have escalated within the US and the rest of the world. So all this is what we need is looking person as a whole and providing the care, integrated care. And many people talked about tab burnout, and Dr. Robert was talking about the value-based care. The systems that we have, the EMR systems or EHR systems, right? They were designed for the documentation and billing and not for providing the value-based care or integrated care. So while CMS, since has a mandate to convert whole health system from fee-for-service to value-based care by 2030, and there are, still over 50% of the physicians or practices still under fee-for-service. Their challenges and what they want is that they don't want to be losing the revenues, and escalating the cost. Both of those parameters to be controlled. And then, with a value-based care, there is a stringent requirement on the quality measures. So this is, you need a platform that can address all these and in a seamless way, provide the whole person care, at the same time, move to the value-based care. And we are happy to say that we have a good traction, and I would like my co-founder and head of product, Srividya, to start working through. Sri?
All right. Thanks, Naidu, and thank you everyone for giving us another opportunity to come back to InnovatorMD. My name is Sri Sundarmurthy. I'm the head of product here at ColigoMed. So I will start by describing our solution since Naidu described the value-based care. What is essential in the value-based care is the care coordination, and to do the care coordination across various entities where a patient can be visible to all of the multidisciplinary team across the patient. So what we have done is in our platform approach, we have focused on making sure that we build the platform in a way where we can unify the data sources, we can unify the processes, we can unify the different care programs for the patients so that there is visibility across the various, whether it's a nutritionist or a health coach or a specialist, that the patient goes to. All of that data is visible through our platform, and also our platform is built in a way that we can integrate multiple different niche care programs that may not fit into the traditional approaches. One example I'll go into in a little bit is on the metabolic psychiatry. There is metabolic wound care that we are able to enable in our platform very easily, just because of the way the platform is built in from a both horizontal and vertical expandability. And of course, we have AI, which is very contextualized within the care programs based on the needs that have been given to us by the providers themselves. We are a provider first friendly platform. We basically work very closely with the providers who want to apply new processes or new clinical pathways to see how they can enable make changes to their patient. This is so our platform also has a patient app that helps in the overall patient engagement and their care management journey. So we have the various insights that are generated for the patients. They can centralize their medical history they can see their centralized medical history. There are various care programs that it gives them. The progress also gives them a full schedule of what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. There are chatbots for patient education. All of that is enabled through our patient app. On our AI side, we are enabling the providers to cut down on their time that they spend across the patients, using pattern analysis, using clinical decision support, doing data summarization for them across various data sources so that they can spend quality time with the patients and not have to spend hours and hours trying to collate the data and trying to make sense of the data. This is a quick case study where we are enabling multiple cardiologists to do value-based care through their practices, and this is one of the practices that had us start on value-based care for their patients. And we are happy to say that we're generating not only a monthly revenue of 50K per month, and also increasing the number of patients who are enrolling into the care programs and seeing the results as well. The metabolic psychiatry is a very new program that one of our renowned metabolic psychiatrists wants to scale the program using our platform. Right now, she's at 50 patients or so, but now her ambitions are to scale this not only within her practice, but also to bring this across the psychiatric ecosystem to see how the ketogenic therapy can be applied. And this is, in her own words, she can use our platform only because of the way it's structured so that it can unify all the data. The impact speaks for itself. We are enabling providers to run specialized care programs within a platform. Patients are giving high engagement. Our business model is really per patient per month. And our primary markets, target segments are the medical practices, ACOs, MSOs, specialists, and we are going towards health systems and health plans as we grow. We have a market opportunity of 270 million, upwards of 300 million in the next 5 to 7 years. We are growing rapidly with our investors. We have 60 investors who are all healthcare professionals, and with each investor almost bringing 10 to 20 referrals. We are on a growth path. We have 30 active customers, and our competitive landscape is, as you can see, with other care coordination companies. And our ask is 8 million.
Thank you guys so much. What a great presentation. And feel free to leave that slide up for just a moment so that our judges can see it. We'll jump right into questions. So if any of our judges have any questions or anyone else, please feel free to ask away.
Naidu and Shri, Vidya, thank you for your presentation. What is your ultimate moonshot?
So, my chief medical officer is there, and we have a strategy session, right? We can make such an impact that the revenue opportunity, what Sri showed, that's a very conservative number. And we can, in the next 2 years, we can achieve that. There is a strategy that I'm not going to reveal. Tomorrow, I'm talking to all the advisors and all, where we will be able to enroll 1,000 practices. Some of our, this year itself, if we do that, that alone can bring us to about $250 million in revenue based on the traction that we have in the last 6 months. Right? So the revenue, once that it is there, then the growth trajectory wins.
Okay, thank you.
I have a quick comment.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Just using myself as an example, say to even get blood test results transferred from one medical facility to the other is like a full-time job. So a lot of these medical facilities don't even communicate with each other, and you have to go into their system and get the results put into their separate systems. So how do you, with your whole scope, plan to address all of this?
No, Juliet, I became a patient number 1, patient 0, 3 years ago, connected to all Bay Area systems, multiple devices. I can share with whoever I want in the world using my single click on my app, and that's all through the blockchain. Now, data never leaves. The other person can get the platform and all. So same thing, you can control it. And what the Sri has shared, our unification engine, we are integrated with almost all EMR systems in the US, and on top of that, health exchanges, several hospital systems. So once the provider becomes a customer, no matter where their patient goes, that's instantly available to them.
You're a knowledgeable tech person. I can't even score us here using this system. So how is a normal patient out there supposed to load their own info and coordinate all that?
So we empower the patients in a way that you can log into our system and link wherever you had gone if you have it. If you don't have it, we also have a way that a patient authorizing it, and then our staff can get the information. The third one is the platform level, right? Let's say Stanford becomes a customer to us. We pretty much, for the entire Stanford customer base, no matter where the patient, based on the patient records, we pull it in. Even if I lived in Florida for 10 years, that data set is made available to Stanford. And then for you, is with a simple login to our app, entire history, your health history in the US is made available.
Yeah, not only that, Juliet, you're also able to share the data with other specialists and doctors using our app. It's a very simple click, and you just need to give the information about the doctors whom you want to share your data with. So they don't have to go through the hoops that they have to now to get all your data as well.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so Go
Very
ahead.
quickly, Naidu. Yeah, I was just curious. Like, in terms of your business model, is this more just you're charging these health systems, or are you billing somebody else, payers in some capacity? Is it just dollar efficiency relationships with systems? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so for all our tools, we make them additional revenue by moving to the value-based care through us. Not many people are aware it. Providers don't have to pay anything. In fact, by having 500 patients like Sri has shown, we will increase their revenue by 50%. For our productivity tools like prior authorization, scheduling, based on per prior authorization or per schedule we charge. Again, our comparison is that on average, we save them 60 to 80% of the cost that they are already incurring through the manual means.
And yours becomes their white labeled app, or is it?
Yeah, it's a white
sort of
label
separate?
app.
Got it.
White label.
Thanks.